Hi, I'm Paula Glass, and I founded Enriching Foundations in 2003 on the premise of individualized education and small classroom size. I'm going into my 31st year of teaching. I've had Enriching Foundations for 21 years, and I'm proud to merge with Templo de Alabanza to create Enriching Foundations Christian Academy. We focus on individualized instruction, so it's an ability-based school. When students walk in the door, they come with what they have and we meet them there. And we move forward, whether that's remediation or moving on to enrichment. When students come in, I assess them and see where they're at, and then we move on from there. My certifications are in early childhood education and agency counseling and in special education, and I have a master's degree in education. So whenever students walk in, I have all kinds of assessments that I can do and evaluations to see exactly what they need and fill any gaps that's needed. And I teach to mastery, so we don't move on until concepts are guaranteed to be stuck with them and making sure that they understand everything that's being taught. If there's any type of disabilities or delays, I can determine what needs to happen to fill those or to help students with those, and or to fill in the gaps that are needed. Everyone who walks in here gets individualized attention. They get individualized instruction, whether that looks like one-on-one or if we do a small group, which are 2 or 3 students with one teacher. And my main focus is making sure that students love learning and making sure that they have the confidence to be strong learners. Small classroom size makes sure that students are reached at their individual levels. I don't have to deal with the behavior that large classroom sizes bring with them. And we make sure that all students are feeling safe and that they have a classroom learning environment to explore and expand their knowledge. I've had a lot of students who have come in that just didn't do very well in a traditional classroom setting, whether that looked like a public school or maybe a larger private school. And whatever they bring in with them, I try to boost their confidence first. They come in with the feeling of failure. They come in with feeling like they're not going to succeed. And confidence is 90% of what I do to build strong learners. I make sure that the kids feel comfortable and that they understand that there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel, and making sure that they understand that they can learn and that they are going to be successful, and that they make sure that they have the tools. A lot of schools can't provide students with the tools that they need. And I've done this for such a long time that I have a lot of tools in my tool belt that I'm able to give to students and to parents, making sure that the parents understand that they're part of this equation as well. Parents a lot of times don't know how to teach their kids. They know there's something there, something that needs to happen. They just don't know what, and they need that guidance to help their own child. There's nothing more helpless than feeling like a parent who can't help their kid. And I make sure that we know that we're on the same team and help the parents help their child after school hours. I've always believed that home is the first learning environment. Parents are the first teachers. But there gets to be a point that sometimes parents don't know where to go and they don't know what to do. And so I help the parents as much as I help the students. I make sure that the students know that learning is an important part of their life. They're going to be doing it for a really long time, whether that be in a classroom environment or just being out and about. And as they get to be productive citizens, they're going to continue to learn, and they need to understand that that is an important part of life and that we never stop learning. The process for becoming a student at Enriching Foundations Christian Academy is I meet with the parents and the student. We make sure that this is a good fit. This is not a fit for everyone. We make sure that the parents are on board with the expectations that I have for the parents, as well as the expectations that I have for the student. We have a lot of fun. We do a lot of really neat things here, and we're able to do that because of a small classroom size and because of the resources that I have available to me. We go on field trips. We do a lot of bringing in outside resources that the kids get to enjoy, some career development activities. We have right now we have an additional teacher who comes in and will be doing a cooking class. And then we will be adding to that, bringing in outside resources as we see the need. My main goal for teaching and for educating has always been, first of all, to create confident learners, and secondly, for kids to enjoy what they're doing. It should not be a come in, sit down, stay at your desk, don't speak, don't give me any opinions. This is a cooperative environment. Students should be able to come in and should be able to express how they're feeling, express what they are looking for in their schooling. And even young learners can do that if you give them the opportunities to do so. I listen to my kids. I make sure that they feel like this is their second home. I love what I do, and I've always loved being in the classroom. This is an environment that you can't get in a lot of other places, simply because of the way that it is set up and the way that it is ran. I don't have to deal with, like I said, a lot of the behavior that comes through with a lot of other classrooms. And we end up with students who are confident, students who are usually ahead academically, and that really truly enjoy what they're doing when they come to school every single day. If you're interested in having your child attend Enriching Foundations Christian Academy, there's a link that you can click. Also, my personal email, is glassfoundations@sbcglobal.net, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. If your child is in a traditional classroom setting at a public school or even a different private school and they're on an IEP, I'll be more than happy to look over that information and see what we can do to help your child.